Hello guys and welcome to the spoilers for chapter 262 of Tokyo Revengers. And the title for chapter 262 is called To Rout and Ravages. And so you guys, in the spoilers there were 14 different manga panels that got released today, and there was only one piece of dialogue. In the very first page that we got in the spoilers, we see Mitsuya, Inupi, Chifuyu, and Senju. We see that Chifuyu is yelling and it looks like he is talking to the Toman members, and it seems like he is telling them something important, so maybe it is about time leaping. And we also get to see the reaction of all the Toman members, and they all have very surprised looks on their faces. In the next panel we see all of the Toman captains. Koko and Inupi are just standing next to each other. We also see that Pachin and Pei are both back on their feet, and it looks like they are doing okay. We also see that Smiley and Angry are both back on their feet, and they both look like they are in pretty good condition. In the next panel we see Taiju, Shiba, and Senju. We see that Taiju is yelling about something, but since there is no dialogue we cannot see what he is saying. Senju just saw that Taiju is still alive and she became relieved that he is not dead. We also see that someone is holding the flag for the Tokyo Manji gang. Anyway guys, in the next panel we see that Taiju Shiba is back on his feet. And we see that Taiju has reunited with Hakai, and Hakai is helping Taiju stand up. We also see that Taiju is the person who is holding the flag, however Taiju's right foot is injured because he is only walking on one foot. And Hakai is supporting Taiju by letting him lean on his body. In the next panel we see many Toman members, and we also see Mikey, Hanma, and Takemichi. We see that all of the Toman members suddenly got back on their feet, and after getting up they all started cheering for Toman. They all cheered the words, Tokyo Manji gang, Tokyo Manji gang. Mikey was left speechless when he saw all the delinquents get back on their feet, and Hanma started smiling when he saw that they started cheering. Takemichi was happy when he saw his gang get back up, and he had a big smile on his face. In the next panel we see Mikey, Sanzu, and Hanma. And we also see that they are being surrounded by all of the Toman captains. Hanma and Sanzu are standing back to back, because they just realized that they are being surrounded by the Toman members. We also see that Hanma is smiling. And we see that Mikey is just staring at Sanzu and Hanma. In the next panel we see Sanzu and Mikey. We see that Mikey started walking towards Sanzu. And Sanzu started talking to Mikey, however since there is no dialogue we could not see what he said to Mikey. We can see that Sanzu is holding his katana in his right hand, and his katana is stained with blood because he just stabbed Taiju and Kakucho. We also see that Sanzu's left arm is very bloody, and it looks like it might be broken. Anyway guys, in the next panel we see Mikey and Hanma. Mikey started walking towards Hanma, and we see that Hanma has a surprised look on his face. In this panel I think that Mikey is telling Hanma that he does not want him to interfere with the fight. In the next panel we still see Mikey and Hanma. We see that Mikey has activated his dark impulses, and we can see that the look in his eyes has changed. And Hanma looks very scared in this panel. He has a very frightened expression on his face, and he has many sweat drops running down his face. I think that Mikey is threatening Hanma in this panel. I say this because Hanma looks like he is scared. In the next panel we see a close-up of Mikey's eye, and we also see Takemichi. We see that Takemichi noticed the look in Mikey's eye, and Takemichi just realized that Mikey activated his dark impulses. And in this panel Takemichi has a very worried look on his face, and he has many sweat drops running down his face. In the next panel we see Mikey and Takemichi. Mikey just approached Takemichi, and Takemichi is still standing back to back with Chifuyu. And it looks like Mikey is about to fight with Takemichi. Anyway guys, in the next panel that we got in the spoilers we see the fight of Mikey versus Takemichi. We see that Mikey punched Takemichi with a punch from his right fist, and this punch hit Takemichi directly in the face. And this punch sent Takemichi flying through the air. In this chapter it looks like we will finally get the fight of Takemichi versus Mikey without any interferences. We know that Dark Impulse Mikey is extremely dangerous, because he even made Hanma frightened. And also we saw what Dark Impulse Mikey did to Takemichi during the battle of the three deities, so things are not looking good for Takemichi. Anyway guys, in the very last panel that we got in the spoilers we get to see a flashback of Takomi. We see that this flashback takes place right after the death of Shinichiro, and we see Shinichiro's dead body laying in a hospital bed. And we also see Takomi, who is sitting next to Shinichiro, and Takomi is basically just reacting to the death of Shinichiro. We know that Takomi and Shinichiro have been best friends since they were children, so in this panel Takomi is very sad. In one of my recent videos I pointed out that Shinichiro gave Takomi the nickname of Rainbringer, so I made a theory that if it starts raining he will show up to the battlefield. I also still really want Yuzawa Shiba to show up to this fight, however now that all the Toman members got back up, it doesn't seem like she will be showing up. I thought that it would have been cool to see all three of the Shiba siblings reunited, so I hope that we will get to see that happen in the next few chapters. Anyway guys, that was all we got for the spoilers of chapter 262 of Tokyo Revengers. Also let me know what you guys think of the spoilers in the comments below. And like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one, and thank you for watching.